Hi. Did you know where I was been? Greetings everyone, boys and girls. This is James here speaking. Today is about a 3 days break update here onto the aftermath. I know it's about 3 days break. I was just where I was spent, and it's because I was just saying that I was away from the work after struggles Smalling House Studios here. Still checking in here, so with that chat rooms and Outlook. So, and anybody says people involved that have to, as I know you where have you guys has been. Where you at? Where you has it been? A 3 days break, and you'll be have to post it in here for a while. So here I am. Well, there's a lot of stuff in here, so because I was have to tell you about that. I was just spent to I was going to the trips. It's been a lot to where went to Pachimburi and Mountain Hallway, and I just went to visit to Bonasa. And you know, it says Bonasa, the place is where was the horse, and I was just pretty as a predictive as previous years before. I was very first time I visit to Bonasa. That's right. I just have always hear the autistic Thai operation, and it's because I also have James Taylor superheroes as I go into the Bonasa the Destiny. I just have a place in here, so with the as I going with my the family members, other step grandmother and grandmother's students and teacher supporter, and the entire friends crew, as its playing names such as Captain America, Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman, Catwoman, Spider Woman, and including Uncle is Doctor Strange. And I was just to study as with particularly this art style that have the art detail with a blend uses new technique with the children just had they need to have a new techniques pointless is onto dot is onto the in the piece of papers, and it had to build dots into it. And it also I just have to recommend this with my other step grandmothers. I was really told, but as a gratitude, glad to see, and I was glad to see her, and bunch of the Hat's family, and we just had good studied with learned with the good studies that have the artists with the various career. But actually, as I was just went to the indoors is upstairs, and they have the meeting center, and there was the indoors. They don't have the big one meeting center, and I really has a good times have to going to scenes that bonus as a coming is as with belong to with us, and Captain America is coming this going with this bonus place. Any kind, it's a good standing here, as I feeling here. So, anyways, I just uh, I just have an equipment to the acrylic painters, and the cutting its shapes is like a butterfly. And it's because I just want to be I was too studied and have to it's because I just want to have to require to decorate into the entire my small in-house studios with sticking through the walls, cutting their shapes. I have to as there's my own, but I just want to be perhaps as I think it's got to be have to create this my own but as 99 just butterflies. and there's a have to they have to just sticking into it, to have to sticking to the butterfly, just have to build into it. They actually as created the entire art. It's really just tied. It's tied by for head as string, and the sticking just tapes it into this butterfly. Just so much as has 99's butterfly. It's all around have the decorating here, and the other step grandmother and my step grandmother, and she was pretty interesting. Say, look, and I just studied, just have two studies that butterfly just have a fly around here in animated this hair and have to take a stick into it, and there I'm very just studied, as a good thing here is that for the practice is my own. I just better have the art style like Bob Ross. Bob Ross, the happy painters, and have to paint a mouth here, have acrylic here, and it's everything in there have a side with butterflies, and the others have the things we had to build the green ones of the blood butterflies, and I just create a pizza butterfly. And there's a teenage girl, was a 15-year-old teenage girl, and she's from the Bangkok, and she was a great artist, and she has a good the anime art sketches, and she created the entire butterfly, a pizza butterfly, and she did on purpose, and I was did on purpose. I was created to the pizza butterfly. The Italy has a put like the ideas of the food has a new food style. Pizza butterfly. There's the other mentioned here. I just goes to visit to metal warehouse. I just have pictured it, and the surround here has a good standing here that the Thai people, they has just built the entire metal giant robotronic. There's the machines that as builders are imagined by themselves, and I just want to have to. It's going to be the opportunity have the special, and so went to the cafe, and I bought to the Blue Hawaii, and the families is bought with the metals look like a chocolate, the chocolate shapes, and I just buy them and taste like a whoa. It tastes looking good. I like the uh, metal pieces. It tastes like a chocolate. It tastes like a chocolate here. Have the shapes and metals, tools, and I like to see that. I like to see that metal warehouse place, and I've been getting too skilled with the digital art. Had to sometimes that I was went to work. I was went to my work in a small in-house studios. But here is on this today. So much I have to. What else is after the other topic? Oh yes, I just have the shapes into the frame has with the blended with the something as if pictures. Something as a red as a picture it is but and the other step grandmothers as the other step grandmother says she wanted to be the required to outdoors is make the view into the outdoors have the views as a background into here. There's a sky, the trees and the buildings, the trees trunk like the Bob Ross are styled, you know. To all those things that have the I was watched the Bob Ross's art style. If I really knows is that as an average awareness with Bob Ross legacy as my legendary to art teacher with a Bob Ross and the Bill Al Dexter as a German painters. People like it. The teaching with the acrylic painters. Nicely you have to see it. I just built the blue sky and the mountain and the trees and then the entire the grass field and then village kind of as a junior art classmate. And this is good times. This is good times. A lot of good times. Pretty lonely. Has a good lonely. Lonely with the bonasa. A lot of good things. A lot of families. A lot of childrens. With grandboys, grandchildrens, myself, other step grandmother, my step grandmothers, the entire family members, single mom, my sister. Always have a mother here. A lot of studied. As we're good times to have to see that. Glad to see her with the other step grandmother. Glad to see her Wonder Woman and Captain America, Captain Marvel as a couple's wife and husband, and Captain America and Marvel. Perhaps actually I just going to be at the build later sometime. I just gotta be. I need to have to build the entire Stone Age and the arts and have to buying acrylic special had to build into it. I just went to the picture logs here at Central Plaza and I write onto note as in order to be the acrylic special. And I have a lot of money here that I'm out here as glad to going to see. Glad to see them. So, and the others, the other ones here is that drawing here with the pieces rocks as pieces stone, and as I try to be have a literally dot around the mother fears that with the rainbows and the front and the back there, not the painted, and then right onto the black painted hair, and perhaps have they make to the rocks and the stones and the art like that. Imagine the had the how to do with the as a equipment to acrylic painters, and there's have the notes have with your own and something it is, and has to put the back to the badges onto currently has it into it, so and it's have to take into carrying the lead is with a home, and then to put it back into it, and to put the poster of decorated around it like that with built the art mother natures the mother natures, and other step grandmothers. She's a good interesting, and the pretty is good thing here of it the entire built mother natures and build so notices have to notices more for it, but I was too enough that my sci-fi space arts have that's enough that art, and I need to build mother natures and gardens, glass fields, and the animals, buildings as buildings, art styles, Bob Ross, Bill L. Dexter's, and something like various other topics as artists, and conflict is here. I just want to have the biggest here to have the biggest with digital to traditional arts that the most imaginations by myself, and that talk about my personal life and my family's other step grandmothers and wife others wife students and child, and even the furnace is a lot more mornings that have people to Thai people, and I just want to have the given the opportunities with the highly intelligence, but the mostly of highly intelligence with the digital arts and the traditional arts as art style has artistic supervisors, and I always has had I aspirations to become my famous visual artist with Bill Al Dexter art styles and Bob Ross art style. I'm getting as a planning on this sometimes in the future developments with this post 2010 decade. I've been have to working it built butterfly, and then picking up to stone and to put the badges that carry onto it, and then clean out their stone, and just getting have to back to work together, and the family just have to work in it together. So yeah, and bonus well, James Taylor's superheroes committed creations that they have to gonna be to provide the Captain America, the Captain Marvel, one woman's as Catwoman have to build have to painted here, and the other step grandmothers and already have to put into the stones, have it built in have to into it, and Mother Nature's the butterflies, and I create the butterflies and posters painted on the floor, and then put that stone, something like that, and nothing much else, and it's going to be all finished with this decorate the entire Mother Nature's. And at least the happy animals and happy butterflies is happy everything's people. As people actually has gotta be a new technique and the new decorated materials at detail. Like Mother Nature's outdoors with boys and girls and brothers and sisters as a child and having fun and grow up as teenagers. And a young adult as people simply hugs and then kiss them to everybody a lot, have a good time. A lot of good things stepped. And I just got out here and they got finally released. And I got brought over to new cashier and pay something, have the bills like a 1,000 baht. And that's all pretty much have to say. This is a 3 days break update. So, and perhaps as I promise I'm gonna have to build the butterfly, and then I would have to still upstairs have gonna be the build decorate the butterflies and the animals, the people, and everything's a piece of paper with my new technique to pointless and technique with Bob Ross art style, and perhaps I just have to build and imagine it by myself and have the particularly art skills. It's currently the level 7 and transitional to digital art. So yeah, and that's all pretty much I have to say about this. And I would have to say as thank you for stopping by, your views, your responsive, your interest, and greatly for appreciated. And also special thanks with Dr. Strange, Wonder Woman, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Catwoman, Spider-Woman, and truly the good things appreciated as acknowledge their contribution with Marvel Studios and DC Comics. All around says people involved to the people that have had superheroes a renaissance of the live action reality. Except BNK48 Machine City, the Bangkok still living have a rising in here. So yeah, well, that's all that we have to say about this. And hopefully I have to get back to work to the digital and traditional art, and I figure out that by myself. So yeah, other step grandmother, thank you for being coming to bonus, and bonus, thank you for being coming to your visit the place, and hope you are the management, you are good management, bonus, and I'll be back to coming the bonus with a new gift, traditional arts with a 3,000 painted with the bonus and the Captain America, Captain Marvel, and Doctor Strange. I promise I'll do that to my famous visual artist with myself as a professional. So yeah. Anyway, so that's all I have to say, and this is 3 days break updates, and I'll see you around for I forgot to say. So yeah, and that's it. Thank you for watching my videos, and hope you're around. Have to see you in the next update. As always, later.